আবার সাইনি যাক, তুমি আবার হোস্ট কোথায়? তুমি তো জয়েন মিটিং করবে ওই ইউজার আইডি পাসওয়ার্ড দিয়ে। দেখছি দাঁড়ো, তোমার নামই দেখাচ্ছে না।
আর
Hello students, are you hearing all?
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday I expressed what is polarizability. Now polarizability, that is alpha. Alpha here in this expression, alpha is the polarizability. Now mu, it is proportional, mu is proportional to E, that is the electric field. E is the electric field. Now dipole moment mu, it is proportional to E, and from there, that is, if we remove the proportionality sign, then alpha we have introduced, and alpha is the proportionality constant, and it is known as the polarizability. Now
Nggak usah. Asik.
Now P equal to n mu. N is the number of atoms in unit volume, and P is the polarization vector. P equal to n into mu. That is equal to n into alpha E, because you know mu equal to alpha E, and again you know P equal to again P equal to epsilon 0 chi E into E. So from here alpha equal to epsilon 0 chi by n. Now up to this we have discussed last day. Types of polarization. Now the types of polarization. There are three types of polarization: electronic polarization, ionic polarization, and orientational polarization. There are three types of polarization. Now you know mu equal to dipole moment, mu equal to alpha into E. As there are three types of polarization, so it is electronic, ionic, and orientational. So alpha polarizability E for electronic polarization, that is alpha E. that is alpha polarizability for electronic polarization, alpha I, that is polarizability for ionic polarization, and alpha O, that is polarizability due to orientational polarization. I'm coming later what are the electronic, ionic and orientational polarization. As the total polarization is the sum, as the total polarization is the sum of electronic polarizability, ionic polarizability and orientational polarizability. So mu equal to the addition all of these three polarization vector polarizability into E. Again we know again we know P equal to n mu. Again we know P equal to n mu, and that is n equal to, here mu, the value I have replaced, that is alpha E plus alpha 0, that is into E. So n equal to alpha E plus alpha 0 into E. So n alpha E, that is alpha is the total, alpha equal to alpha I plus alpha E plus alpha 0. So ultimately polarization vector or polarization density, it is written as n into alpha E, that is n mu, mu is equal to alpha E, so P equal to n alpha E. Here alpha is the total polarizability, alpha is the electronic polarizability, and alpha I is the ionic polarizability, and alpha is the orientational polarizability. Now here coming to electronic polarizability. Electronic polarization occurs when electronic polarization occurs due to the displacement of positively charged nucleus and the negatively charged electron cloud in opposite direction within a dielectric material upon applying an external electric field. Last day I discussed that when if we consider an isolated atom of a dielectric material, if that atom is placed in an electric field, then what will happen? There is positively charged nucleus and the electron cloud surrounding it. Now the positively charged nucleus will shift to the direction of the field and the negatively charged electron cloud to the opposite direction of the field. Now the centroid of the positive charge and negative charge is not coinciding in this case and developing, inducing dipole moment inside the atom. So this dipole moment, that is the electronic, this is due to the electronic polarization. If the atom is placed, if the electric field is not zero, if we consider if we consider one atom of a dielectric material and outside out in the surrounding of that atom there is no electric field, then the centroid of the positive charge, that is nucleus, and the electron cloud, that is the negative charge, both the centroids are coinciding then, so no net dipole moment in that atom. But when that atom is placed in an external electric field, the nucleus is shifted to the direction of the electric field, and the electron cloud, it is shifted to the opposite direction of the electric field, causing dielectric polarization. The dipole moment induced is proportional to the applied field. The dipole moment mu is the dipole moment, it is proportional to E, that is here, and alpha is, you know, alpha is some constant, and that is here electronic polarizability, this is, so mu equal to alpha, and we are writing here alpha suffix E, that is the electronic polarizability. If the materials has n number of atoms, if there are n number of atoms, then total polarizability, that is n into alpha E. Alpha E, this term mu E, that is for only one atom, and if there are capital N number of atoms, then P equal to n into alpha suffix E into capital E. And we can prove the expression of electronic polarizability equal to alpha E equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n. We will prove this expression later. This is very important equation. That is the prove the expression of electronic polarizability and prove it as epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n. Here that is the condition, it is drawn. No electric field is applied. The nucleus and the electron cloud, both the centroids are coinciding here, so no net dipole moment. But when the electric field is applied, positive, this is the direction of the electric field shown, so positively charged nucleus is shifted from the middle to the direction of the electric field, and the electron cloud, that is negative charge, that is shifted to opposite to the direction of the field in this direction. So dipole moment is created, plus and minus sign, plus charge and minus charge. and separated by some distance. So it is mu equal to qd. If you take the distance between the two as d, then mu equal to q into d. Q is the charge. Now ionic polarization. This type of polarization occurs in ionic molecules, ionic materials. Ionic polarization, I am explaining HCl. In HCl, hydrogen chloride, so H plus ion and Cl minus ion is there and separated by a distance small d. So you know mu equal to q into d, and HCl is polar dielectric, because even in the absence of the field there is permanent dipole moment. You can see permanent dipole moment. So d separation is there. So plus C and minus C separated by a distance small d. So dipole moment in HCl is mu equal to q into d. Q is the, here in place q you can write electron charge of electron, so q into d. So dipole moment exists. So dipole moment exists even in the absence of the field. So HCl is polar dielectric. Now here, if you apply electric field, then what will happen? If you apply electric field, then H plus ion that will shift to the direction of the field, and Cl minus to the opposite direction of the field. Now initially what was D between H plus and Cl minus, now it is D plus X, because H plus it is shifted to the direction of the electric field slight bit, and Cl minus it is shifted opposite to the direction of the electric field. And due to that, if that extra distance is x, then due to that x distance another dipole moment is induced. And what is this? This is equal to q into x. Q means E here. So that is due to that this extra distance the dipole moment is induced, and this extra dipole moment that is known as dipole moment due to the ionic polarization, and we are getting here ionic polarizability. Initially when there was no electric field then there was the also HCl has dipole moment, but when field is there then extra dipole moment is created due to the ionic polarization, as H plus is shifted to the direction of the field and Cl minus is shifted opposite to the direction of the field. So the initial distance which was small d, now it is increased to d plus x, and due to that extra x we are getting extra dipole moment. So it is dielectric polarization and it is called ionic polarization. And here alpha I, that is the ionic polarizability. Now orientational polarization. Orientational polarization occurs in dielectric material which possess molecules with permanent dipole moment. H2O, that is also polar molecule, that is polar dielectrics. Here you can observe dipole moment even in the absence of the field. See here this figure, there is this is the direction of the dipole moment. So these all directions are random. This is in this direction, this dipole moment is this direction, this dipole moment is straightly downward, this is straight upward. So there are different directions of the dipole moment when electric field is 0. But now in this case we are considering water molecules. Now here we are applying electric field and the direction is shown by the arrow. We are applying electric field. Now what is happening here? All the dipole moments which were randomly oriented, now they are oriented in a particular direction. All the oriented downward. Why? Because this is the down direction of the electric field. Electric field is given in this direction. So all the dipole moments are going are showing the direction in the downward direction. So this is E not equal to 0. That is here E is not equal to 0, that is field exists, and here in this figure that is field does not exist. What is happening? So here all the dipole moments are aligned in the same direction, so giving some extra dipole moment in water. So it is orientational polarization. Now here for this figure, consider all the dipole moments are randomly oriented. So if you consider this dipole moment, this is downward and this is totally upward. So these two cancels. Now this one and this one cancels. So when we take the sum of all the dipole moments as they are randomly oriented, so some component of the dipole moment is are vanished, because if they are totally in opposite direction, they are not giving the effect of the dipole moment. But here in this figure, when electric field is applied, then all the dipole moment are are oriented to a particular direction, that is to the direction of the electric field. So nothing is cancelled here. No dipole moment, no two dipole moments cancel each other. So all are contributing. All the dipole moments are contributing to the net dipole moment. But here, when electric field is not equal to 0, then if we take the sum of all the dipole moments, then we are getting some cancelling to each other, some of the dipole moments. So we are getting less, the total contribution of the dipole moment less here. And here it is maximum. That is, all the dipole moment are random, which were randomly oriented. Now they are in a particular direction, downward direction. So every dipole moment is contributing. So here some extra polarization is happening due to the orientational. That means why it is called orientational polarization? Because the dipoles are oriented. All the dipoles which were randomly oriented, now all the dipoles are oriented in a particular direction, and so this is called orientational polarization. And it occurs when it is placed, the dipoles are placed in external electric field. So this is the polarization, orientational polarization. So from where, from this portion we will get orientational polarizability, that is alpha O. So remember this one, the expression is not necessary to reduce the expression. Just remember alpha equal to mu square by 3 kBt. K is the what? Boltzmann constant. K suffix small b, that is Boltzmann constant. Mu is the dipole moment, and orientational polarizability, the expression is mu square by 3 kBt. Only remember this one for your MCQ answer. No need to deduce this. Now, this is very important. Relation between dielectric constant, relation between dielectric constant and electric susceptibility. Relation between dielectric constant and electric susceptibility. Now here, this is very important chapter, important point of dielectrics. Consider a parallel plate capacitor which has vacuum between its plates. When it is charged with a battery, the electric field of strength E0 is set up between the plates of the capacitor. We are considering parallel plate capacitor. This is parallel to plates of the capacitor, and between the two capacitor plates, in between, it is vacuum inside the two capacitor plates. So it is shared here, that is considered a parallel plate capacitor which has vacuum between its plates. So these are the two plates. And when it is charged with a battery, when the two plates are charged with a battery, the electric field of E0 is set up between the plates of the capacitor. So you can see electric field E0 is set up between the plates of the capacitor. That means this plate and this plate, in between the two plates, electric field E0 is set up, and the direction of the electric field is shown. Now here, what is sigma plus and sigma minus? Sigma plus and sigma minus are the surface charge densities of the two plates. So these are the two plates, first plate and second plate. The surface charge density of this plate is plus sigma, and this plate is minus sigma. Of the two plates of the capacitor, then the electric field developed between the plates. So E0 is the electric field developed between the plates when the plates are charged by battery. What is the expression of the electric field? E0 equal to sigma by epsilon 0. Give it at equation number 1. E0, that is this field E0 equal to sigma by epsilon 0. Now this is equation 1. If the dielectric slab is placed between the plates, if the dielectric slab is placed between the plates, now here the second figure, dielectric slab is placed between the plates. Now here initially it was vacuum, the capacitor with vacuum plates, now filled with dielectric. Dielectric material is placed in between the two capacitor plates. Now if a dielectric slab is placed between the capacitor plates, then another field EP is created within the dielectric. So electric field EP is created within the dielectric, extra electric field. Now EP is opposite to E0. You can see this EP is in this direction and E0 in this direction. They are opposite to each other. Now the net electric field, that net field in dielectric, that is E equal to E0 minus EP. So if you subtract both these two, then you will get the net electric field, E0 minus EP. And you know E0 equal to sigma by epsilon 0 and EP equal to sigma P by epsilon 0. Now here just calculation, 1 by epsilon 0 equal to sigma minus sigma P. Now sigma minus sigma P, That is sigma I have proved. When we have written the expression of polarization vector or polarization density, then I discussed what is sigma, surface charge density of the slab. So sigma minus sigma p equal to what? Epsilon 0 into E. Just put it in the left hand side, and so you can write sigma minus sigma p equal to epsilon 0 E. And here sigma p, when we have discussed polarization vector or polarization density, that when then we wrote it, that is p equal to here sigma p. We have expressed the expression of sigma p. Now we are writing here sigma minus p equal to epsilon 0 E. So sigma p equal to your p. That is sigma p, surface charge density of the slab, polarization vector. This is p equal to polarization vector, and we can replace this as sigma p equal to p. Now here epsilon 0 E. Now sigma, the expression equal to epsilon 0 E plus p. So this is very important relation. Sigma equal to epsilon 0 E plus p. Now we are writing sigma equal to d. So equation number 4, in equation number 4, left hand side is sigma, and we are writing as capital D. Sigma equal to d we have put here. Then why I am putting this, I'm just explaining why I am replacing sigma by capital D. Here, you know, E, electric field equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Everyone knows this formula. Now, epsilon 0 E, epsilon 0 E, epsilon 0 E, put it epsilon 0 here. So that is equal to Q by 4 pi r square. So epsilon 0 E equal to Q by 4 pi r square. And D equal to again epsilon 0 E. Displacement current. This is the term I will explain when I will discuss the Maxwell equation. Some of the students may know that D equal to epsilon E or epsilon 0 E. If the permittivity of free space is epsilon 0, then we can write D equal to epsilon 0 E. If the dielectric material has permittivity epsilon, then we can write D equal to epsilon E. That is the expression you have to remember, D equal to epsilon 0 E. Now we can write in place of D, we can write in the place of epsilon 0 E, we can write D. So here sigma equal to D. So how we are getting E equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 r square? Put is epsilon 0 in the side. So Q by 4 pi r square equal to epsilon 0 E. And again displacement current, that is equal to epsilon 0 E. That in the place of epsilon 0 you are writing D. So ultimately what becomes sigma equal to D. So D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. In place of sigma we are writing D. Again, when we have discussed susceptibility, then we have proved P equal to epsilon 0 into chi E into E. So again here we, in place of D, as in the second case we are putting dielectric material in between the capacitor plates. As we are putting the dielectric material in between the capacitor plates, then we can write in place of D, that is epsilon E. That D we are writing as epsilon E. Then epsilon equal to again epsilon 0 into epsilon r, because this is the epsilon r relative dielectric constant, or relative dielectric, or this is dielectric constant. So this is the ratio between the two. So epsilon we can replace it as epsilon 0 into epsilon r. What we are doing here, D equal to epsilon E. Because why we are taking here epsilon in this side? Because dielectric material is introduced between the two parallel plate capacitor. So D equal to epsilon into E is epsilon is what? Epsilon is the permittivity of the dielectric material. So D equal to epsilon E. Again, what is epsilon? Epsilon equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r. This portion I have discussed when I have discussed dielectric constant. So we can replace epsilon by epsilon 0 into epsilon r. So into E, that is this E. Now what we are writing here, D equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r into E. That epsilon 0, now this equation, come to this equation, epsilon 0 E is here, and P equal to what? Epsilon 0 chi E into E. So P is epsilon 0 chi E into E. This remains as it is, and in place of D we are putting epsilon E, not epsilon 0 E, because dielectric material we are introducing, and there D equal to epsilon E. So epsilon is epsilon 0 into epsilon r into E. So this is the expression now. Now from here, which we can write epsilon r. So cancels each other. Epsilon 0 cancels. from both sides. So ultimately the expression of epsilon r equal to 1 plus chi e. And what is chi e? Chi e is epsilon r minus 1. So this is very important relation. If chi e equal to epsilon r minus 1. What is chi e? That is the susceptibility. And what is epsilon r? Epsilon r is the dielectric constant. It is sometimes denoted by K and sometimes denoted by epsilon r. Now this is the expression. So what was the headline of this discussion? Relation between the dielectric constant and the electric susceptibility. And here this is the relation between dielectric constant and electric susceptibility. So this important this relation is very, very important. And also this relation D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. This relation is also very, very important. D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P, or sigma equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. This equation 4 may be given to prove. Equation this one, D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P, may be given to prove. And also this is also most important, that is chi e equal to epsilon r minus 1. Chi e equal to epsilon r minus 1. Now, when I was discussing electronic polarizability, then I told you that alpha equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1. Epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n. So this is the proof. Just very easy to prove this. How we will prove? P equal to n mu. P equal to n into mu. You know, that is polarization vector or polarization density equal to n into mu. Now, n mu equal to what? Alpha e. For electronic polarizability, we will write mu equal to alpha e. So here alpha suffix e into e. So this is the expression of electronic polarizability. Now P equal to epsilon 0 into chi e into e. This expression you know. So epsilon 0 e, and what is the value of chi e? Chi e equal to epsilon r minus 1. Just we have proved that chi e, we have proved the value chi e equal to epsilon r minus 1. That is susceptibility equal to epsilon r minus 1. Dielectric constant minus 1. So here n alpha into e. Come to this expression. This is another expression of P. So n into alpha suffix e into e, that is equal to what? Epsilon 0 e into epsilon r minus 1. So this equal to this epsilon 0 e into epsilon r minus 1. So both the side equating n alpha e into e equal to epsilon 0 e into epsilon r minus 1. So from here alpha e. So e cancels from both sides. So alpha equal to what? Alpha 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n. So this relation is very, very important. And we are combining these two equations, P equal to n alpha e into e and P equal to epsilon 0 e into epsilon r minus 1. We are getting the expression of electronic polarizability. This is a very important relation. It is epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n. And the next day I will discuss polarization in monoatomic gas. Only this portion remains in dielectric. Then I will go to the Maxwell equation after that. And that is the last topic of your syllabus. So I'm just repeating again this relation. That is relation between the dielectric constant and electric susceptibility. Here there are two parallel. This is the parallel plate capacitor with vacuum plates. That is between the two plates. It is vacuum. The electric field inside it is E0. And this is the parallel plate capacitor with dielectric slab. And here the field EP arises due to the dielectric polarization, and it acts opposite to E0. Now the total electric field is if we subtract E0 minus EP, we will get, so E equal to E0 minus EP. Again, E equal to sigma by epsilon 0. E equal to sigma by epsilon 0 and EP equal to sigma P by epsilon 0. So just calculating sigma minus sigma P equal to epsilon 0 E. So sigma minus P equal to epsilon 0 E. Now from here, and in this place of sigma, we are putting D. D is the electric displacement vector. That is D equal to epsilon 0 E sometimes and D equal to epsilon E sometimes, depending upon the material. And how we are getting from Coulomb's law, we know E equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R square, put epsilon 0 in this side, so it becomes Q by 4 pi R square, and Q by 4 pi R square equal to area. That is Q by 4 pi R square, that Q by A, sigma, the definition you know, that is Q by A equal to sigma. Surface charge density of the charge per unit area, surface charge density of the slab. So we are writing as sigma, and again epsilon 0 E, that is your D, electric displacement vector. So it comes from displacement current. I will explain later what is displacement current. D equal to epsilon 0 E. When I will discuss Maxwell equation, I will give you the full idea. Now here D ultimately getting D equal to sigma. So putting D equal to sigma, so D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. This is very important relation, very, very important relation. And again from susceptibility, you know, P equal to epsilon 0 chi into E. And here putting, as you are putting dielectric material in between the two plates of the capacitor, so here D equal to epsilon E, not epsilon 0 E. So putting D equal to epsilon E here, and again epsilon equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon R, that is into E. So we are putting the value of D equal to epsilon 0 here. So come to this relation, D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P, P equal to epsilon 0 chi into E. Epsilon 0 as remains as it is, and D, the value is epsilon 0 epsilon R into E. Ultimately the dielectric constant, it is given as 1 plus chi E, and chi E, that is electric susceptibility, that is given as epsilon R minus 1. This is very important relation, and this relation, that is also very important expression of electronic polarizability. Alpha is the polarizability, and it is the expression of electronic polarizability. It is epsilon 0 epsilon R minus epsilon R minus 1 by n. So today up to this, so in dielectric, only one topic remaining, and that I am not discussing today. That is polarization in monoatomic gas. That is this portion I will discuss in my next class. The note is given also. The note is given. This one, polarization in monoatomic gas. And here we will prove there are two important relations here. We will prove that the electronic polarizability is proportional to the volume of the atom. This is a very important relation also. Electronic polarizability is proportional to the volume of the atom and independent of temperature. This is given as proof here. That is mu equal to alpha into E. That is alpha equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 A cube. That we will prove later. So is the volume, A cube is the volume of the atom. So it is alpha, electronic polarizability is directly proportional to the volume of the atom. Also it may be given in MCQ question, that electronic polarizability, the relation between the electronic polarizability and volume of the atom. So 4 different answers will be given, and you have to choose any one of this. Only 5 minutes remaining to complete the chapter of dielectric. To that I am not discussing today. In my next class I will discuss. Tomorrow, when are you all free? Should I take the class from 12 noon?
No, ma'am.
Tomorrow?
No, ma'am.
Then when you are free?
We have C class from 12.
You have?
No, ma'am.
Then from 2:30?
No, ma'am.
2:30?
नो मैम 2 बजे के बाद फ्री है, 12 बजे से कल CS क्लास है।
Okay, okay, then very good. From 2:30 you are all free, na?
यस मैम।
Hmm? So from 12:30,
यस मैम।
2:30 you are all free. So 2:30 tomorrow, 2:30.